Hey y'all, Organizing Higher, welcome back. On this channel, I share GTD tips, tricks, and resources, and really just transparently talk about how I am practicing GTD in the real world in my everyday life. So I haven't posted for a while, but I've shared on this channel in a earlier video that I have transitioned into GTD coaching. And so I do actually still make videos, but a lot of those videos that I'm making actually show up over on that GTD Focus channel. So make sure you check out the GTD Focus channel if you haven't already. I will link that below. But everyone that makes the videos there are coaches. So it's really kind of the closest that you're going to get to talking to a GTD coach. If you have ideas for like stuff that you want coaches to talk about, put a comment on the channel. Like they really look at that and pay attention to what people are asking for. So if there's specific things you want the coaches to talk about, want us to talk about, then put that in the comments on a channel at GTD Focus. But I wanted to pop in here because I recently moved, so my background's a little bit different than my previous videos because I moved, and that's part of why I haven't been able to upload videos for a while, is because I've just been still kind of getting settled into the moving process. But I thought what a great opportunity to also talk on this channel about like how I am dealing with the move and how I chose to deal with it. Not saying that I did it right or did it wrong, but I successfully moved and I still have all my hair. So I probably did something okay. Not everything is set up and unpacked, but I am comfortable. And so probably one of the biggest things that I wanted to talk about is, when you think about something like a move, if you've ever moved before, it's one of these projects, right? So we can probably all easily identify that this is going to be a project, GTD or not, this is going to be a project. But it's almost overwhelmingly huge because there are so many things to do, right? I need to change my mailing address. I need to get a new dentist. I need to get a school for my kid. I need to pack boxes. I need to buy moving materials. I need so many things to do between moving out of my old place and moving into my new place. And this doesn't even include finding a place. So that's a whole other project. So one of the things that I found really helpful for me and that I'm continuing to do is it's almost a little bit different than how I approach other projects. So I might have, a project like, oh, I want to get a new bed. Okay, like, oh, let me, that's gonna be a project, multiple steps. Let me, look for research beds, and then let me consider my budget. Let me go to the store and buy one. Let me get help moving it or whatever, right? So those are, by comparison, those are relatively, you can kind of see the end of those projects. Like, oh, it's gonna be maybe 10 steps and then I'm gonna be done. But you have something like moving or other super huge projects, and it seems like I can't see the end of this. I know at some point I'm going to be moved in, but like, where is that? It's so far off in the horizon, I can't see it. So for me, what I wanted to do instead of having that like freak out of like, oh my gosh, I can't see the edges and I'm freaking out about it, is I decided to almost compartmentalize all of the things I will do at some point when I'm moving into my house and all of the things that I had to do immediately. So it was almost like prioritizing the projects, so to speak. So, there's the big, huge overarching project of like moving in and unpacking and all of that. I'm good. I'm there. I got that part all settled. I set up my projects like regular in terms of getting the moving company and scheduling all of that. But now that I'm here and I have all these like little itty bitty ticky tack projects, like, oh, I want to hang this, and oh, I need to buy this. And especially as I'm unpacking, I'm realizing that there are some storage solutions that I need to buy and set up and everything like that. So that's going to take me forever and potentially could spend $5,000 just doing that all at once. Though I'm not going to do that because I can't spend $5,000 all at once setting myself up. But the idea is that I want to be able to like pace myself. So what I have done is I basically captured everything. So I did like a mind sweep in each room. So I have like a bedroom mind sweep, and I started at one part of the room and I went around in a circle and I said to myself, okay, what has my attention? Every single thing I wrote down, everything. Like, oh, I want to hang that up. Oh, I need to find a spot for that. Oh, I need to clean that. Oh, I need to donate that, right? And I just went around and I captured a whole page full of things just in my bedroom. That's probably maybe 30 things or so that I captured. And I put that to the side. And I did that for the rest of the house. And so every time that I'm ready to start moving in, I basically look at this list. So I might go to the bedroom, look at this list and say, what do I want to do? I'm going to spend 30 minutes or an hour or whatever moving in. What do I want to do? And that's my focus list. Like context, right? Everything's going to be at home. That's not going to be helpful for me. But like, of all of the things, what room do I want to look at first? And on this list in my bedroom, what attracts me? Like, oh, I really want to use this new jewelry holder that I got. So like, yeah, let me do that one. Or, oh my gosh, yes, there's computers, stuff that's on sale that I saw. So let me get my monitor spot. So there's going to be stuff that I'm going to see on this list every single time that I'm like, yep, I want to dive into that. Let me just do that. Sometimes it's going to be the quick win stuff. Sometimes it's going to be the bigger things. But every single time I do that, I'm slowly but surely chipping away at this process of getting settled in and getting moved. So for me, and I'm a digital person, and this is all on paper, this big old list that I have. So for me, it's kind of a shift in it's still a project that I know that I'm doing, and literally every day that I wake up and there's stuff all over the place, I'm reminded that I'm working on this project, but I'm also not paralyzed that, oh my gosh, now I have all of these things in Todoist and I need to do all of these things. So I've actually pulled this stuff out of Todoist. I just have it on paper. And every time that I want to engage with this, which is usually on the weekends, I go in and I look at this list and I say, okay, what do I want to engage in today? What's something that I want to do? And I can cross it off my list, or I can remove it, or I could start a new list if I wanted to. And there's also some instances where I'll go into a room and I don't even need the list because I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to start doing stuff. Like whether this is on a list or not, I'm going to do this. And then eventually my list ends up getting cleared away. So that's just one way that I've handled a really big project like that seemingly I can't see the edge or the ends of. There's the best practices associated with GTD, as in terms of recognizing it as a project. But, it's like everything on that list is a potential next action. And so I don't want to see a next actions list that has 50 things on it. So, or if I do, I want to understand that the next actions list, that list is really just my options for that day. So if my next action is spend 30 minutes moving in or setting up my bedroom, that's my next action. But what I do to fill that time, that 30 minutes, I'm going to pick from this list. What is it that I'm going to do from this list that I want to engage in, that I feel attracted to, that's going to take me 30 minutes? So that's one way that I found to do it, because I know that there's some times that, and this is not a judgment, but there's some times where you'll move and people don't move in for like years because they'll have a box that's still been packed for 7 years because they just never unpacked it. So I would much rather kind of know that and have every single time like, oh, I'm going to have my weekend ritual of spending 30 minutes unpacking or whatever the time is that I decide on, so that if it does take me 7 years, it's 7 years of consistent tiny actions, as opposed to, oh yeah, I forgot about that for 7 years. So let me know in the comments below, how have you handled or managed big projects like moving or other things where there seemingly is no end? Thanks so much for watching and have a great week.